So now, here is said to be the resistance, while here is said to be what? A support. So now you get to see that another formation in the market is the slanty resistance and the slanty support. Price coming from the support level to tap on the resistance level, then to come back to the support level, it taps and go back to the resistance level. This is what price will actually be doing until it gets to break here or it gets to break here. If price breaks to the up, breaks the upside, that breaks the resistance upside, it means that the price is going to continue going up. Meanwhile, if price happens to break to this downside, you get to see that price would automatically continue to the downside like this. Do you get? So this is what we call slanty, horizontal, and slanty. Horizontal resistance and support. No, sorry, slanty, not slanty horizontal, well, slanty resistance and support. Great. So this is the next scenario. This slanty resistance and support. This is it. So now, this case now is when the price is actually in an uptrend. That's when price is going up. Like when I mean when price is going up, like when price is actually buying. When price is actually buying, that's when you get to see this. But now, I don't want you to see scenario, that's the scenario of slanty slanty resistance and support, which is in a downside, which is going on a downside. So now, this is it. So now, here would say here is our support level. That's this downside is our support level. Meanwhile, here is our resistance level. So now, watch how the market gets to play on this. See, when price comes to this support level, you see that price taps on the resistance level. Before you know it, price comes down to the support level. Then before you know it, price goes up and taps to the resistance level, comes down to the support level, resistance level. It keeps on tapping on this level. What we call here level is because of the fact that you see this line, then you also see this line. So this one is the support level, while this one is resistance level. So if price happens to break here now, The next thing you get to see that when price breaks here, it will now continue to the upside and start going up. But when price happens to break this support level, you get to see that the next thing that will happen is that it will come back, test here, then to start going down. Start going down to the downside. So this is actually what happens in both support and resistance. So now I would want us to go to the chart, and that's the previous chart of gold because this is gold pair. So go to the previous chart to identify support and resistance levels. So now I'll have to clear this. Wow. Then want us to identify support and resistance. In this case scenario, what we are going to use here is, let's see, I'm going to use 1 hour. So now going back to the charts. Okay, oh yeah, you are. So we use here as a case scenario. We use here as a case scenario. So now, how are we going to identify support and resistance levels? Fine. This is how we're going to identify support and resistance. Like I said earlier on, this is, I want you to understand what the market is doing here. Price came to this downside, tapped here, came down, tapped here, then it came to this side, tapped here, went up. So this is what the market has actually been doing. This is actually what the market has been doing. So it keeps tapping, tapping. So you get to see that price came back here. Why did price came back here? Price actually came back here because of the fact that there is actually a, look at it. Price came back here because of the fact that here was former, like I told you guys. Well, let me delete this. Price came back here. This price now came back here because of the fact that price previously, look at what price was actually testing here. Here was resistance, support. So get to see here support. So this is what has been going on until price came here, came down. Then before you know it, it broke. This was how it broke. It broke this level. So when it broke this level and came to this upside, you get to see that price was just, going up, coming down, going up, coming down, until price now decided to come down and test this support level, which was former resistance, which was what? Former resistance. And when it's tested here, before you know it, price now bought to this upside. I don't know if you get. Price now bought to this upside. So here is now a support level. Here is now a support level. Support level. And let's just call it just support. Here is a support. So now that here is a support, here was previous resistance. So here was previous resistance. So are you seeing what is actually happening here? price has been, testing all these levels. This is resistance, and when price broke this resistance level, it's after all this range in here, it came down to this former resistance and tapped here as a support. And before you know it, price now bought. Price now did what? Bought to the upside. Price now did what? Bought. So this is actually what happened. And after price bought, look at what's now happened. Here now became the next what? The next resistance. Here now became the next what? Resistance. Are you seeing it? So now, when price came here, it came down. I'd want you to understand what I'm saying. When price came here, it came down. Then before you know it, price now tapped here again. This is a zone, as a level, like a zone. So it tapped here, and before you know it, price began to do what? Sell. So now, what was price looking for? What price is actually looking for is the next support level where it's going to tap into, and this is it. So here is where this level is where we're going to wait for our price to come and meet. So now price continued and came back to this support level. Are you seeing it? Price came back to this what? Support level. Like, I would want you guys to actually understand what I'm doing. Price did what? Price did what? Came back to this support level. So now, price came back here to this support level. I see it. So now, the next place where we are hoping for price to tap into is resistance. So now, we'll be hoping that price is going to come back to this level after tapping on this support level. So this is just how it goes. This is just how it goes. So now, look at what now happened. After price tapped on this support, you get to see that there was continuation of a buy to this extent. Then price now retraced back and did what? Came and broke this support. When price broke this support, what now happened? It came back and tapped here as a former what? It came back and tapped here as a former support, which is now turned resistance. So now, what now happened? Price now sold. Like I told you guys on the other side, that's the beginning of the class. So now, here, price now came back here, and before you know it, it came down and it sold. Like it sold. So this is former support, this resistance. So now this is what we're going to need now. Price tapping here as a what? Resistance after what? Breaking it. So now this is just all about support and what? Resistance. So this is for the horizontal levels. So let's look for where we would find for a slanty, horizontal, and I think this one would be okay. I think we would have to go down to 15 minutes. We have to go down to 15 minutes so that we'll be able to find, the classical scenario of a slanty support and resistance. But I hope you guys understood the previous, that's the chart scenario. If you have any question, you can just send me a message to my inbox. Just send me a message and I would have to reply you as soon as possible. Hmm. Yeah, let's know if this one is going to help matters. So now I haven't understood what we said earlier on. Let's hook on this slanty so we get to actually identify what it means. So hmm, here might not actually look very clear, but this is what I was saying about slanty. Price came to the downside, tapped here. Tapping here, it means that here is a resistance level. Then when price came back here, it broke it. After breaking it, it came down, tapped here as a support in the sense that after breaking this resistance that is here, after breaking this resistance here, then it came back, tapped here, and it's tapping here as a support, going back to the resistance level. Then after tapping here, you get to see price coming back to this support level, then buying. So this is actually what, back here, this is actually what support and resistance is. Support and resistance is where price happens to meet back again at where it used to tap on. Like if it is coming from the upside, it's going down to look for a support level. Meanwhile, if it is going to the upside, it is going to look for a resistance level. So for you to actually identify where the resistance level would be, you have to go back to the history. That's check back to see where price, the highest level where the price met before it came down. That's before it went to the downside. So you just have to identify the the last, resistance level so that you can be able to identify the next place where the price is going to meet. And that's just it. So that is all about support and resistance. So you just have to go back, subscribe, and check for my next video. The next video I'm going to do is going to be on market structure. Market structure is actually where you happen to, understand the movement of the market. Why is it that the market moves this way? So just hit my subscribe button and like, share, you can follow us on our Telegram group. The link is in our below our listing. Just go and follow. Thanks.